The rest of all threads. June went to see Clara, driven by a quiet urgency. She needed answers, and Clara might be the only one who could help protect Vivi from whatever darkness was closing in. At the same time, Luke tracked down Matteo, pressing for details with the calm intensity of someone who knew time was slipping away. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, the walls felt like they were inching closer by the minute. Vivi, overwhelmed and suffocated by the swirling chaos around her, slipped out while no one was watching. She didn't have a plan, only that she needed space, a breath, a moment of quiet away from the weight of everything. The city felt too normal for the kind of storm that has been circling around them. At the corner table of the cafe, Vivi sat alone, hooded under a large scarf, sunglasses covering most of her face. She stirred her cappuccino absent-mindedly, barely tasting it. Her new phone stayed silent in her pocket. She didn't want to see more notifications, more headlines, more damage. She was about to stand up when a shadow falls across the table. She flinched, but then saw Adrian. He's not dressed like himself. No expensive coat, no designer sunglasses. Just quiet eyes, tired shoulders. Something fragile flickers across her face. Relief? Anger? Both. And said, "You shouldn't be here." "Neither should you," he answered. She looks away, blinking hard. Adrian continued, "I had to see you." Before he doesn't finish. She doesn't ask him to. Vivi cut in, "They think I did this. That I bribed my way into something I never asked for. That I'm a fraud." "You're not." "You sure?" "Because Milan's front pages disagree. And half the fashion world is nodding along like they've been waiting for me to fall already. They'll see. We'll clear it up." "Who's we? Are you even on my side?" His silence stings. She turns away, frustrated. Adrian leans forward. "Vivi, listen to me. Vescari is behind this. All of it. He's doing it because of me. To punish me. And you're in the crossfire." Vivi looks at him, startled. That's the first time he's said it out loud. "Then why did you come?" Adrian said softly. "Because you're the only thing left that feels worth saving." Before either of them can say more, screech outside. Crash, door slams open. For men in dark clothing swarm into the cafe. One points directly to them. One of the guys confirmed, "That's them." Adrian pushes Vivi behind him, standing instinctively between her and the threat. He shouted, "Run." But it's too late. A sharp sting to his neck. Tranquilizer. His limbs go heavy instantly. Vivi screamed, tried to fight. "Adrian! Adrian! No, no!" But someone grips her from behind with a gloved hand. Her vision blurred, her knees buckle, a cloth pressed to her face. Everything faded to black. Darkness. Muffled sounds. A single metal chair. Somewhere someone laughs. How romantic. Tragedy always makes a great fashion statement. Evening settled heavily over Milan, painting the sky in muted purple and smoky gray. Inside the hotel suite, June paced. The clock on the wall marked time with a rhythm that felt louder by the second. Luke sat on the edge of the couch, his foot tapping a silent staccato on the marble floor. He'd checked his watch 3 times in the last 5 minutes. "She liked to sneak out a lot," he muttered, not looking up. "I know," June replied. Her voice was clipped, her fingers scrolling again and again through her messages. No texts. No missed calls. Nothing from Vivi. "Can you try to call her again? She is making me nervous," Luke offered, but even he didn't believe it. "She is not answering," June said. "She always checks in. How could she's being reckless? Especially now." Luke frowned. "You think she's with Adrian?" "Probably. But even Adrian wouldn't be that stupid. Not after everything." She paused, the thought settling like a stone in her stomach. Unless they didn't disappear by choice. Silence dropped over the room like a curtain. Without another word, June grabbed her phone and dialed. Dorian picked up on the first ring. "June!" His voice was already on alert. "She's gone," June said without preamble. "She texted me that she went to get coffee. She said she'd be back before dinner. It's been hours. She's with Adrian? Maybe. I don't know. But no one's answering. Dorian, I know something's wrong." There was a pause on the line. "Where was she going?" "She mentioned a cafe near the hotel. Nothing fancy. Just needed air," she said. She looked anxious, like something was on her mind. Dorian exhaled slowly. "Stay where you are. Lock the doors. Don't open them for anyone except me. I checked the tracker apps. If they took her, if they took both, they're making a move." June's breath caught in her throat. "Please text the location to me too." His voice dropped lower, colder. "Stay calm, June. I'm going to find them." June had just lowered her phone, Dorian's final words still echoing in her head, when the knock came. She and Luke froze. Luke started toward it instinctively, but June stepped in front of him, her hand outstretched. "Wait," Dorian said, not to open for anyone. Luke gave a soft, disbelieving chuckle. "June, I'm a police officer. I can handle someone knocking at a door." "Luke," she said more firmly this time. "That could be them." But Luke was already unhooking the latch. The door swung open. Standing in the hallway was a tall, statuesque woman in her mid-40s. Her frame was lean and toned, her dark honey-blonde hair tied back in a low knot, and her eyes, sharp, restless, familiar, swept past Luke and straight into the room. "Who are you?" Luke asked, already suspicious. She didn't answer him. "Where is Vivi?" she asked instead. June stepped forward slowly, her heart skipping. "Are you?" she began, squinting to study the woman's face. "Are you Vivi's mother?" The woman didn't hesitate. "Yes. I'm Margot Cross." June blinked in disbelief. "But what if you're lying?" Margot didn't flinch. She reached into her pocket, pulled out her phone, and held it up. On the screen was a photo, old, a little faded, but unmistakable. A tiny girl, no more than 5, smiling in a velvet dress. Margot was wearing a pair of stunning, delicate earrings, the ones that was once stolen in Paris. The earrings that held the memory of a mother for Vivian. "She's always loved those earrings," Margot said softly. "They were the last thing I gave her before I left." June gasped. "Oh my God! You're really her mother." Margot gave a tight smile, a flicker of emotion behind her poise. "I've heard a lot about you, June. Dorian told me you've been good friend to my baby girl." June nodded, overwhelmed. Then her expression turned grave. "I am afraid Mrs. Cross, Vivi's missing. She went out earlier, and never came back. We think it's Vescary or Adrian." That was all Margot needed to hear. She turned on her heel. "I'll get her back." "Wait, where are you going?" June called after her. Margot was already pulling out her phone, speaking quickly into it as she marched down the hallway. "This is Margot Cross. Get me tactical support now. Mobilize the Milan unit. Suspect is Leon Vescary, and I know where he might be holding them." She didn't wait for confirmation. She hung up and hit another number. "Dorian, it's me. I'm heading to the old glassworks warehouse in Fira. You know the one." "Margot, wait," Dorian said. "Do not go in alone. Wait for me or the backup. Do you hear me?" But she had already hung up, tossed her phone into the passenger seat, and slammed the door of her car. Her foot hit the accelerator. She wasn't waiting. She had run once. This time, she would finish what Vescary started.
You shouldn't be here.
Neither should you. I had to see you before.
I'm a police officer. I can handle someone knocking at a door.
Oh my God, you're really her mother.
Margot! Wait. Do not go in alone.
This is Margot Cross. Get me tactical support, now. Mobilize the Milan unit. Suspect is Leon Vescari, and I know where he might be holding them.